Hey, what's up, guys? ADI Samurai here. This is actually my first video. Just kind of getting back into collecting comics, reading comics. Really within probably the last couple years, but really, I started a pull list, like about 3.5 months ago, 4 months ago, and really getting into reading books. More so the independent type stuff. Um, but I do collect, Marvel and DC, but usually just the older back issue stuff, the Bronze and Silver Age stuff. Um, this video, I just kind of wanted to show what I'm reading right now, kind of what's in my list, my pull list, um, and kind of what I'm interested in. This first one here is just came out last week. It's a new one by Mark Millar and Greg Capullo doing the art. It's Reborn #1. Um, Really looking forward to this. I actually haven't read it yet. I'm going to read it later on today. Um, but really excited for this one. It looks really cool. That cover is awesome too. It's kind of interesting when I was looking at it. It reminds me of the art reminds me of this old Wizards movie from back in, like, I think it came out in 1977. Um, but not necessarily the colors, but the lines. Like, you can see the little details down here, the flowers and mushrooms, and you kind of have the same thing down here and these little creatures. I don't know, it's kind of cool. I mean, this is a really cool movie. If you haven't checked it out, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. Um, but I got the main cover. I grabbed one of the blank variants, and then I really like Todd McFarlane. I really like his artwork. I ended up grabbing the 1 in 25 variant for Reborn #1. Pretty cool cover. I really kind of dig that dragon. It looks pretty sick. Um, but yeah, really looking forward to this one. I added it to my pull list and read it later today. Another series that I'm reading. I actually found, I think it was like issues 1 through 18 or something like that. I'm a big Rick Remender fan, and I'm kind of catching up on this one, so I'm not going to show all the books in the series, but I have all of them. I think I'm on like number 9 right now. But I have this on my pull list, and really dig this stuff. I mean, crazy, like sci-fi, just like time traveling, just kind of crazy. I like that kind of stuff. And the artwork's really cool too. Another one, I know a lot of people out there are into this one. Um, got Hillbilly #1 by Eric Powell. Super awesome stuff. The art is just ridiculous. Um, and I'm actually going to go back and look for some like old Goon stuff. I know Eric Powell has done some variant covers on various comics, so I'm going to kind of go back and look for those. I love his artwork; it's so good. I picked up #1 and the #1 variant. Really cool covers. Picked up #2, and I actually have 2 of those. My comic shop was doing like a 50% off back issue sale, and then 25% off everything else. And they had one more of these up on the wall, so I got it for $3. I couldn't pass that up, so there's that second one. And then I also grabbed the second print variant, which is pretty cool. I love that black and white with the red. It's awesome. And then I grabbed #3. So super cool stuff. I have this one on my pull list as well. Really looking forward to continue reading these. And like I said, I'm going to go back and look for some older Eric Powell stuff. Just really cool stuff. Another one that I'm interested in that's fairly recent, within the last, I think, probably 2 or 3 months, is Black Monday Murders. This is really cool. I've actually only read the first one. I think it's on #3 right now. The artwork's really cool. The story's really interesting. This one is by Jonathan Kirkman. Just really cool stuff. I mean, the artwork, and like I said, the artwork inside is just awesome. And the story is really, really interesting. And I picked up the second print variant. Thought it was kind of a cool cover. It's got these like crazy alien symbols or demonic symbols or whatever. Then I grabbed, or I guess that's actually the third print. This is the second print. Like I said, I really dig it. It's like this crazy noir kind of thing going on. That's #2. and number 3. Look at that cover. That's so awesome. It's just, the artwork in here is just amazing. And like I said, the story is really, really interesting. It's got a lot going on in it. It's like big banks that are like totally crazed about money and like vampires and demons, and it's crazy stuff. This is a new one that came out recently as well. I just pulled it off the shelf. It's Cannibal number 1. Really like that cover. The reds on it are just amazing. And I read this one like as soon as I brought it home, and then I ended up adding it to my pull list. I really, really like this one. I think it could be kind of fun. The setting is really, really cool in it. The characters are kind of, getting developed. I mean, even in the first book, pretty crazy. It kind of seems pretty messed up, but really looking forward to that one. Another one that I grabbed, and this one had come out for a while. I think number 2 had come out, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember reading about this. But Eclipse number 1. This is basically where there's like when the sun comes out, it's like some crazy solar apocalyptic type thing going on. People live underground, and it's so hot outside that if you go out there, you just burn up. And I read the first issue. I thought it was really cool. It had a good hook at the end. Thought the artwork was pretty solid, and so I ended up adding it to my list. And here's number 2, which I haven't read yet. That's another one that I'm gonna read here shortly. But seems pretty interesting. I like that kind of thing. Kind of crazy. Almost reminds me of like what was it, 12 Monkeys, where there's like crazy bacteria up on up on the planet, and everybody was living underground. It's like obviously a different concept, but kind of similar. This is another one that just actually came out with number 7 recently, but Monstrous. This is a series that I actually haven't started reading yet, but I have all the issues, and I ended up finding them I was reading about just different reads, stuff that that people were recommending, and the art on here is just absolutely beautiful. And from what I've heard, the story is amazing as well. So this is definitely high on my list to catch up on. But I got number 7, and these are all first printings. There's number 6, number 5. Again, look at that art. I mean, it's just awesome. It's so beautiful. There's number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1. So, like I said, I'm just a beautiful art. I have high hopes for it. I have a feeling it's gonna live up to the expectations, but definitely high on my list. I'm reading this one real soon. And then the last one I have here is a new one that came out. I was reading Tokyo Ghost, and that lasted like 10 issues. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Rick Remender, Jerome Opeña as well. Matt Hollingsworth did the color on Tokyo Ghost, and Rick Remender did the writing on it. And so I was kind of bummed when it was going to 10, but I was reading image previews a while back, and this one came up in there, and I immediately added it to my pull list like a couple months before it came out. I was super excited about this one. It's like, for me, it's like a dream team. But 7 to Eternity just came out. I don't know, it's probably like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. I think number 2 should be coming out pretty soon. But I absolutely love the artwork. I read this story right after it came out, and just absolutely love it. It's just looks to be some just awesome fantasy, not sci-fi, but fantasy. Just looks to have really cool characters in it, and I'm really, really excited about this one. So I ended up getting all the variants. I believe that's cover A. I think this is cover B, cover C, and then I grabbed 2 of the blank variants. I'm hoping to get some artwork on one of those from Jerome Opeña at some point in the future. Like I said, I love his stuff. Yeah, this is like a dream team to me, so I'm super stoked about this book. But yeah, that's all I got right now. That's pretty much what I'm reading. Just really having a lot of fun collecting books again. Like I'll show some of the other my favorite characters and some of the runs that I'm collecting. Some of the Marvel stuff, just cool covers, magazines, like whatever. just having a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying everybody's videos that are out there. I'm kind of subscribing to new people almost daily. It seems like a lot of good content out there. Really cool people. Seems like a really cool community. I've been watching videos for probably the last 3-4 months, and it's kind of inspired me to obviously make this video. I've been looking forward to kind of doing this, and just haven't yet. So a couple shout outs. Just to a few people, Omega XIIV got some really cool videos. One of the first channels that I subscribed to. Hasn't put out a lot of new content lately, but I really like a lot of the stuff that he's doing on there. A lot of graded books and variants and pretty cool stuff. Master X Splinter is another one that I really like. Just got a lot of kind of insight into different variants, what's hot, what's not, kind of just a really cool perspective of kind of the market and what's going on in it. Really like that video or that channel. I'm sorry. Gosh, there's so many. Who's another one? Captain Dadpool. Really like his videos. He's really enthusiastic about the stuff that he's reading and the different stories, and kind of inspires me to look at books a little bit differently. When I'm looking at back issues and stuff. Because there's so much stuff out there, and so much to choose from. And that's actually one of the things I like about watching all these videos in the community is everybody has their own different perspectives and and what they're reading and what they're interested in. It's really cool to kind of hear that from people. And you never know, something might pop up on a video and you'd be like, whoa, I got to check that out. I think it's a lot of fun. But I don't want to keep I don't have this video, my first video, be too long. Like I said, there's a lot more channels. I'll do more shout outs in the future, like as I put the videos out. But like I said, I'm just having fun. And I hope you guys all do the same. So have fun out there. Cheers.